A 9-year-old girl, Olivia Pratt-Korbel, has died following a shooting in Dovecot last night. Her family are absolutely devastated and are inconsolable. And I know our communities have been absolutely rocked by the incidents that have taken place last night and over the past week here in Merseyside. At 10 p.m. last night, we received a call to Olivia's home to reports that 3 people had been injured by gunshots, including Olivia and her mum. It was believed that one of the injured parties, the 35-year-old male, was being chased by a gunman on Kings Heath Avenue in Dovecot. He saw the door into Olivia's home open and saw the opportunity to seek refuge from the gunman and forced his way into Olivia's home. The gunman followed and also forced his way in. The gunman, with complete disregard for Olivia and her family, discharged the gun into their home, hitting Olivia's mum and fatally wounding Olivia, and also fired a further 2 shots, we believe, at the 35-year-old male. The 35-year-old male, who'd been chased into the address, received further shots to his upper body. And whilst Olivia lay dying, he left the address and was collected by his friends and taken to hospital in a black Audi. On arrival, our officers, seeing just how poorly Olivia was, rushed her to Alder Hey Children's Hospital, where despite the best efforts of medical staff at the hospital, Olivia unfortunately died. And her mum, also having been shot, was transported to a local hospital by our colleagues from North West Ambulance Service. Our thoughts go out to Olivia's family, who've been torn apart by the loss of Olivia. No mum, dad, brother, sister should ever have to experience loss in the way in which they have. We need to find all who are responsible for this attack, not just the gunman. We need to find out who supplied the gun. We need to find out who else was on that street that night. We need to find out who was aware of the attack and what role they played. I also want to take this opportunity to appeal to the criminal fraternity. The murder of a 9-year-old girl on the streets of Merseyside crosses all boundaries. You know who's responsible for this. Please look into your souls, look at your consciences, clear your consciences and come forward and let us know who is responsible for the murder of Olivia. I recognise just how frightening this incident is for you living in our communities, but please be reassured you will see additional resources on the streets of Merseyside. This will include our firearms officers. Olivia's family are the 3rd family who've been devastated by gun crime on the streets of Merseyside in the past week. And our thoughts also go out to the families of Sam Rimmer and Ashely Dale. And the investigations into their murders continue at pace, along with the investigation into the murder of Olivia. And I would urge anybody who has any piece of information, no matter how big or how small, to come forward and tell us that information. Let's identify who's responsible for these tragic murders and make sure that we put them behind bars. We will not rest until we have caught those who are responsible. As you would expect, we already do a tremendous amount of work with our partners to tackle gun crime. And over the last 2 years, through this work, we have seen the number of firearms discharges reduce significantly. And we've seen the lowest number of firearms discharges in 21 years. But the events of the past week tell us we need to carry on standing together as a community, working together with our partners to eradicate gun crime from the streets of Merseyside.